back. Oh, it just made me happy. I'm back, baby. Anyway, sound the horns. Daddy in the build. I think I learned something yesterday from a cartoon. Go figure, right? So yesterday, some sound the horns. Some Yu-Gi-Oh thing pops up on my algorithm because I've been getting on my, watching different little new cartoons, old cartoons, watching old shit, seeing what messages was in it, or just having fun, And somehow this popped up. So I was thinking to myself, like, everything happens for a reason, right? And I said, yes, you know this now. Nothing's a coincidence. I said, what's the odds of you even learning or even liking that cartoon? Because when you were watching it, you were older. I had a little brother. And, you gotta watch him. So, unfortunately, start watching different cartoons with him and shit. Next thing you know, you start liking this shit, and when he talking about change the channel, you like, whoa, I need this, wait, I gotta see how this duel end. What you talking about? We need an end. Anyway, so I think that's why I picked up on it. And then, it's like a bunch of white people running around dueling each other with playing cards, but it's all Egyptian shit. So maybe subconsciously being like, a black guy, I'm hearing these words, and that's, it triggers you without you realizing. And, I know one of the reasons I actually liked watching it was because of strategy. Every hero, whatever we grew up on, or I don't know what you grew up on, Superman and Batman, and most of them have to use strength. You know what I mean? There's a set way. Even Batman has a set way. But Batman's the greatest example of what I'm talking about. I wonder why I like Batman. There's always a way, right? So I like that. I like seeing things that have to do with that. And that's what that whole show is about. Well, a young man that had to grow up and transform into an adult. And you're too nice and you're a pushover, not realizing life's a battle, dog, whether you like it or not. People ain't gonna like you. People are gonna try to stop you because of your greatness. And I don't know, stories like that stay with me. So now, in the future, I end up playing the game. When I went on one of my first adventures and actually had cards, I had a box full of these cards. I had my own deck. I had like three different decks that I made up. I had the cards that was given to me. And just like Yu-Gi, you start off with everybody else, y'all motherfuckers buy decks and buy your kids shit. So, y'all start off like the cartoon people, and you have a certain deck and you know exactly what to do, and then a guy like Yugi, a guy like me comes along and takes the regular cards and then figures out strategies, and then you lose and lose and lose, and you can't figure out how you're losing the weak ass cards and a person that just learned how to play. It's because they were born for this and you just play. And so I gave that up because of the Lord. I got more into the Lord thing, and then, they sort of all the, witchcraft shit that's put into everything and all this weirdo shit. And I noticed that I'm playing with monsters and wizards and spellcasters, cards. And I said, am I doing magic to myself or something? I don't know. I might have to leave this. Damn, I gotta give up another thing I like doing for the Lord. God damn, Lord, what you want me to do? Just sit in the room? Good morning, good morning. So I give that up. Next thing I know, years fast forward, fucking years later, and I threw my cards away this year. I've been traveling around with fucking Yu-Gi-Oh cards in my wraps for years. Don't even play. Can't find nobody. Sound the horns. Confirmation. Waiting to duel one of you niggas. Anyway, so I throw them away, and next thing I know, I'm finding readings. I'm finding reading cards, and I noticed those cards are the same thing as the Yu-Gi-Oh cards. They're monsters on the cards, and they're all got a backstory, and they all do a certain thing, and blah 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 blah. Good morning. And so, good morning. I'm watching this yesterday, and it just so happened to be like talking of the entire history of, like, specifically Yugi, not going into everybody else, but him and the spirit that lived within him, the pharaoh. And the pharaoh, his name was Adam. And I said, what? I just thought his name was Pharaoh. That's Pharaoh Adam, sound the horns. And I said, isn't that really strange that they would give him, the Most High Son's name, Adam, isn't that strange? And then I said, what you know about real life? I said, oh yeah, the guy Moses in Egypt, they call him Moshe. And they have the same exact story. So I said, So this is maybe why the Lord wanted you to learn this game. How you doing? Good morning. I said maybe that's why he wanted you to, know these things and all these things. Because that game, even though